Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Midnite Spotlight, the home of some dudes who got thoughts on movies. My name's Cole.
I'm still on the floor.
I'm Peewee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Got it right.
And we're talking about this guy's big adventure today.
Yes.
Just how big?
Adventure.
Yeah, that's up for interpretation.
Big.
But we're talking about what has become a revered 80s classic. If not a classic, most definitely in the upper echelon of cult classics, directed by none other than Tim Burton, starring Paul Rubin as Peewee. And this, of course, is the movie that's coming off of Pee-wee's Playhouse, yeah?
Yeah. It was based off his Peewee Playhouse fame. And
Until he got his Peewee.
Yeah, he totally
Insane.
took his Wee out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big adventure all over the place.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
it didn't work well.
No,
it didn't go well.
Arrested for public indecency, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
his
that
career
is neither
suffered.
here nor there.
But that's what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did some other dumb shit, but we're talking about Pee-wee's
Wait,
Big
what else did he
Adventure.
do?
Yeah, I don't know what else
He did.
did.
He actually did. I know we talked about the last time. He did get caught with child porn.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was true.
What?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he wasn't a
Otherwise-
pedophile, but after a while, it was like a while after.
What? I never heard about
Yeah.
this. Why did he?
It was-
Why is he getting booked?
It was like years
I don't
after.
want to talk about this movie anymore.
No,
Alright.
but
We
yeah,
still watched it. We're still kicking off the new year with a lot of new, interesting, hot topics.
yeah.
He's investigating for
Dalton
himself right
investigated.
now.
I'm looking. I gotta look this up. You guys keep talking.
It was later on because I think at this point his career had just fallen so far
He's
because
like,
he was
fuck it,
he
I'm
was
just
at the
gonna
top
do
of
it.
his career. Like when this movie
Oh,
came
yeah.
out, he was making so much money.
Paul Rubin, that
And
is.
then just things had gone downhill for a while, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this is based off the show, which is a kids show, very similar to things like, I don't know, it's like a more goofy version of the Wiggles or
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I guess. It's hard to really say. I feel like most people know who Pee-wee is.
Yeah,
Pee Wee
yeah.
Herman is kind of a pop culture icon, but in
Yeah.
his own right, you know.
You've heard his weird laugh, like like.
Oh
you know,
yeah, and you'll be hearing. I heard it a
He
lot.
does like a good
Your
combo
dreams.
of those, huh?
Cole heard it in his dreams. After
Yeah.
he watched it.
Well, I woke up and it wasn't just a dream. It was weird. But yeah, he's very, very well known for having his own unique take on comedy. And as somebody who's never seen this movie before, I was thrown into the fire right from the get go.
Yeah, me and Dalton have seen this. I've seen it many. I think Dalton, you've seen it many times as well. This was a childhood classic of mine. I've seen it and I laughed my ass off before. So this was watching it with new eyes.
It's fun to revisit though. Yeah.
Yeah, making sure to not. I was also making sure to not watch it with like nostalgia goggles. Like, oh, this is funny as a kid, so now it has to be funny now.
You're like, I'm gonna try and hate this.
Yeah. Huh?
What?
Just kidding.
Not good. So how do you feel, Dalton? How coming back to it after all this time?
Well, I saw it like a month ago.
Sweet.
So
Not kidding.
it's pretty
I didn't
fresh.
know that actually.
I wanted to watch it again. I was like,
Yeah.
what will Cole think about this man?
And I do got thoughts. You're gonna have to stay tuned for spoilers on those, but we'll let y'all know when we get there. But yes, this is directed by Tim Burton, arguably getting to really start hitting his stride around this time period in the mid 80s, and I think they couldn't have picked a better director for it because
Yeah, it was
he brings so much to the table on this. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with Pee Wee Herman. I know who he is. I know it's goofy and obnoxious, but it is pretty damn obnoxious right at the start of the movie. And this whole thing, like, the main story is Pee Wee Herman is trying to get his bike back. Somebody stole his bike, and it's kind of like a road trip movie. In essence, he's going from place to place.
Yeah, it is very much almost like an episodic show.
Yeah,
And it's
you can
where it's
see
like
it
anthology, where it's all somewhat connected. Where there's an overarching kind of story, but for the most part, it's a road trip movie with different stories being told.
Yeah.
And it's pretty unique. All of them, like you think of like aspects of the movie, different scenes in the movie. They're all really unique and they're all really fun in their own way. I don't think there's any part that was like, damn, this is kind of weak or this one isn't as funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There is a lot of humorous moments that are more clever than I anticipated, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's also the goofy, like, him being kind of stupid.
Yeah, Pee-wee
Most of the
Playhouse
movie.
stuff.
Yeah, Pee-wee Playhouse.
Well,
kinda-
Pee-wee Playhouse
stupid.
wasn't like Tim Burton didn't bring like everything like that. Like it had a lot of like claymation and like puppets and stuff in the original show because it had like it had people who worked on other good things. I can't remember them.
Like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh,
well,
yeah, like
that too. But
Rob Zombie.
there's also more people. But
Yeah.
my head
that's
is
cool. And I guess
exploding trying to think about.
I mean, there are iconic moments throughout this movie, but it is a comedy, and a lot of the story beats do serve the comedy very well. I will say, when it started, you get to see Pee Wee Herman in full effect, being Pee Wee, and it's pretty damn obnoxious. I ain't gonna lie.
It for some, I
not
think
obnoxious to me. I thought it was funny.
I was just saying. Yeah, I thought it was funny, and I think the very first scene is very much telling of who the character is. You see, as soon as he wakes up, has this super elaborate breakfast maker, which is super fun to watch.
Yeah, the set design especially
shines. Very much a Paul Rubin and Tim Burton way of introducing the character, and the combination again is incredible. The writing of Paul Rubens and I think some other guy did a great job.
We don't talk about him.
Yeah, I don't know the other guy's name. Me either. But yeah, they do a fantastic job combining that and making for such some eye candy, something fun to look at.
Oh yeah, no. The like I was saying, the set design most definitely shines, and that's something I was really taken aback by because it is right there at the start of the movie, inside his house, and it kind of makes you think like, holy shit, Pee Wee Herman did this all himself,
Yeah.
It's wacky, but in a good way. And you're talking about that breakfast he makes. And I know Dalton loves that breakfast he makes, especially when he pours the cereal, Mr. T cereal all over it.
He eats one bite of the cereal with the giant ass pork, and then
start
he leaves.
the day.
You forgot about the giant ass pork too.
Yeah. And
after putting tape all over his face.
Yeah, that I don't understand that part, but no, it's fun to watch nonetheless.
My mom laughs her ass off at that part every time. That's like her favorite part.
We get introduced to a colorful cast of characters and a very colorful bike that Pee-wee treasures right at the start, which is actually, I will say, that scene where it introduces the bike really impressed me because of just the shot. I wasn't talking about the bike. I mean, I would ride it, but, that's not why I was impressed.
Fun with it.
What? Okay. Basically, you're frying my brain cells over here.
Yes,
you can't see what he has underneath me right now.
Why did those shots
well, because Tim Burton's got the eye, he's got like cherry blossom. It's like, what is this doing in Pee Wee Herman's backyard? But it is, like and it's all the more impressive.
He pulls a branch and the hedge opens
after putting in the code.
Yeah, the code. Oh yeah, it's a two-step code, two-step verification. I would have been locked out.
Yeah, it's comically over exaggerated, and that's a very big running theme throughout the movie, very comically over exaggerated. And then from there, you're basically on the treasure hunt where the treasure is the bike.
Cole actually got a tattoo of that lion that's on the front of the bicycle.
Yeah, he did.
It's on his left eye.
Yeah, you only very lucky. Only very lucky people get to see
that. He got two actually. It's on his ass and left eye.
Yeah, one is from the back and one's from the front.
Just in case.
Yeah, but obviously there's a lot of, not just that, but there's a lot of impressive shots throughout the movie. I think, again, this is very much a visual of Tim Burton, but also with the mind of Paul Rubens. And I think that the character works because the world around him is taken somewhat seriously, but not too seriously, where they don't take Pee-wee. Like, Pee-wee is like he's not an annoyance to anybody, which is cool. People love him. Women.
Mario.
Yeah, somehow.
The magic store guy.
Pulling.
Magic store guy. What's his name?
What?
Mario.
I don't know.
Oh, Mario? Yeah, Mario.
Yeah.
Mario loves him.
That sounds like you pulled that out of your ass. Is that actually his name?
I've seen it so many times, it's ingrained in here.
I do
like muscle memory.
Yeah. But, I mean, speaking of other characters, I think the cast of characters is great.
Yeah.
There's such a unique kind of array of people that he comes across, and they all work for their sections in the movie, and, they're all pretty memorable.
Yeah.
There isn't really anybody else it's pretty forgettable kind of scene. They're all pretty fun.
Yeah, because very rarely is anybody actually relegated to bit parts. And they really get a chance to shine and kind of juxtapose Pee-wee and his sense of humor with some equally goofy or more straight-faced stuff.
Yeah.
And it's great to see. It's a fun ride throughout the whole thing. What are you doing?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're making sure everything is.
Making sure everything's working because we recorded.
Something's working over here.
We recorded this before, just like the last podcast we did. Yeah, we keep trying to record
I don't
shit,
think I can
but
watch this movie anymore.
No,
okay.
but anyways, yeah, I think this movie, I think it works. I think all of it works. I don't think there's many aspects I don't work. The music is fun.
Yeah,
Danny Elfman,
it's nice. Danny
throwing
Elfman
out a great soundtrack. You know, it's very fun, very goofy, fits perfectly.
Yeah,
back when he had original ideas.
Yeah, back when he was.
He made too much music.
Okay,
Don't they mix together? He was an oingo.
that's what happens. He got like essentially typecast. You know, typecast as composer, and I do really like his score and how it kind of is integrated into the actual editing of the movie. I think that works great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple moments. I know Dalton's mind first goes to the knocking on the door.
Well,
okay,
yeah.
Very nice stuff. But yeah, very good movie.
Yeah,
should all check it out. We'll talk some spoiler stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk some spoilers now. But I mean, as of right now, if you don't want to get into spoilers, if you haven't seen this movie already, what the hell are you doing? It's like a classic. Go watch the movie. Watch it for yourself.
We watched it on HBO Max.
Yeah, we watched it on HBO Max. It's on there. But I would rate this, a quick rating. I think it was 8 out of 10 for me. I think there's a lot of fun. Was it 8?
I think you've been 9
out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Very fun. Very, there's a lot of joy to be had in this movie. And it doesn't overstay its welcome, which I think is perfect. And I don't think there's many parts I was like, this could have been better. So
yeah, very nicely paced.
Yeah,
adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dalton.
This is a 9 out of 10, certified Dalton classic. If you want to get into this
10 out of 10,
you got to watch this movie.
Yeah,
it can't be a 10 out of 10.
That's the keys.
Because it's a comedy, and I guess I'm biased. I don't know why I don't give it a 10 out of 10, but
yeah, the only
this doesn't scratch that itch.
The only comedy you gave 10 out of 10 was
Your Highness.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Your Highness. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Really?
Speaking of, I watched that movie. It fucking sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It's pretty boring.
It's not that boring. Okay. I just recently rewatched it.
Only 10 out of 10 comedy for Dalton is Sausage Fest. Sausage Party.
It's a sausage fest in here.
Wait.
No, Sausage Party.
I don't know what it is, though.
No, it's Sausage Party. I really hate Sausage Party.
Anyways, we're getting off topic here. Let's get back to the topic. What are you guys' worst scenes? Let's switch it up a little bit.
You're starting to worry me, man. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't prepared for this. The beginning. No, yeah, I guess, because when he said, like, I know you are, but what am I, for like the 7th time, I was like, it can't get funnier.
It's supposed to be stupid.
Like, you know what? It's pretty fucking stupid. I'll agree with you. It is supposed to be stupid, but it is stupid. And, like, I get it. But it's like middle school insult comebacks, Like, come on.
Hey, you like toilet humor.
Okay, well.
True. We do like shit humor.
Fuck you. No, I can't. Right.
This guy watches Family Guy and says that's lower than
I'm just saying humor.
I did not say that.
And I totally get it.
Family Guy has moments that hit.
So does this one.
I never argued that it didn't.
Anyways.
Look, okay, all I was saying is that, he was obnoxious, and then I was like, okay, thank God that ended. And because then we get to get on with the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie I really like. Well, what about you guys, huh? What do you got to say for yourselves? You sick, twisted fucks?
I don't know if there's... Because all the scenes I can think of were pretty great.
I guess the Warner Brothers chase goes on a little long for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. This is taking too long.
The worst scene is when the credits roll, because it's over. Yeah.
I was crying.
I was doing something else. I wasn't crying.
I don't think I can think of one. I think all of it was pretty strong. I don't think there's one aspect I was like, this could be better. Because it's all very unique. Very fun.
That's the Louder movie.
Oh, well, I guess the part that really slowed it down was the evidence scene, the evidence presentation.
Oh,
I feel like that might have gone a little too long. But it was still funny.
I get why it's in there, because it's just showing that Peewee has, like, connection with the town. Like, that many people would even show up for some shit like that.
I'd be like, I got something else to do. Sorry, man. I'm not doing it.
Like, hey, man.
I don't know how he only went through 8 individual pieces of evidence. I'm using air quotes if you're listening to this, and that shit took 3 hours. But it's something that he would do, and I believe that he would do it. So yeah, I don't know. It's not really a movie that I would rag on, to be honest with you. Like you said, I feel like a lot of it's pretty strong. There are some things that I think could have been better, but like in general, I really liked it. And having not seen it before, I feel like it really is elevated by not only Tim Burton, but like as you said, Paul Rubin, making it so much more than just Pee-wee the movie. Mm-hmm. It becomes something that's like definitely memorable, and that's one of the great things about 80s movies and comedies in particular. You see it with just about anything that came out of the 80s nowadays, and from basically the 2000s onward, is that people get to look back and reappraise and appreciate different parts of movies, and it's just nice to see that it's lived on.
Yeah,
it's no American Pie, but no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but
it's no Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah,
that is true.
But I mean, for the most part, I think we can get into like things we love then.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I love like scenes. I think my favorite scene overall was just the biker scene. I think there's so much funny thing that happened. Like overall, I just love it. I think there's the way it's played out in the beginning is like really funny, and also it's just the way it ended just makes me laugh every time. It's
just so random, and I guess on that note, you can't not talk about the stupid tequila dance.
Yeah, which is probably the most iconic part of the movie. Like I feel like you have to have seen the dance.
Like if you hear the song, like you think about the movie now.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard from a lot of people.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. 'Cause I was like, oh shit, I didn't know if it originated from this movie or if it was just kind of put into this movie, but it was definitely in this movie, and it was pretty funny, huh? Yeah, Skinnamarink. And it's Dalton's like, I'm trapped in a box. No, I'm kidding.
There's rats in the walls here.
It's not rats. It's something much more
it is
terrible.
Rats. You told me.
Yeah. Anyways, that was probably my favorite scene. I don't know. There's a lot of iconic moments from that scene.
Cabazon
True.
If you're a local in the IE, Cabazon, and you'll instantly recognize the dinosaurs.
Or if you played Fallout New Vegas,
are the dinosaurs in there too?
Yeah, you can go inside the dino. It's named Dinky.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a bunch of toy dinkies you can buy. Shout out to Fallout New Vegas.
Even though New Vegas is nowhere near Southern California. Or is it? I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to be like
if we're
talking
about Vegas, then
Nevada, Southern California area. Yeah, it's a Mojave Desert.
Very cool.
Anyway.
Those iconic dinosaurs are in this movie. Mm-hmm. Play a huge part.
Literally, I guess they play a huge part. But
they eat his bike.
They're cool. It's always cool to see the boys posted up. And speaking of the dinos, I think the claymation is probably one of the best parts of it. When it does come in, it's just so different that it really grabs you by the balls.
Yeah. It's very fun.
Yeah. And it makes you realize you're not watching your daddy's Pee-wee's Playhouse. This is a new generation. This is
and Paul Rubin liked that new generation. He liked really new generations.
Whoa.
Yeah. Right?
We're gonna cut this.
Me? Just me?
Okay. I'm gonna cut this out.
This again.
Yeah, but it's definitely, you can tell like certain scenes were like very much movie, higher budget. I don't know if it's a high budget, but it was like higher budget scene.
Yeah, I feel like regardless, it used that budget really well.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very, very well done. Again, Tim Burton and his kind of eye. I think if you've seen a lot of his other movies, I think around this time was like Beetlejuice. Very similar kind of vibe, which really works for kind of like those scenes, which lead to some more scarier scenes, like intense scenes for like kids, because this is essentially a kids movie with some adult humor.
Yeah, I would. Dalton brought up a good point when we recorded it, and or maybe it was you, maybe it's both of you, talking about how when you're revisiting it this time around, you get to notice more jokes than you ever would have as a kid.
Yeah, and there's that which shows there's a lot more scenes for adults to enjoy. You know, it's not just like kids movie like you were saying in the beginning. It wasn't just like middle school jokes. I know you are over my kind of shit. It's like actually clever, actually like stuff that will go over, you know, a 12, 13-year-old's head and to an adult, be like, oh, that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just really smart. It's really fun.
When I was a kid and they were like in the dinosaur talking about the waitress's like dreams, and he was like, let's talk about your big butt. And when I was a kid, I thought that was funny, but I didn't get it. It's like, he said, but yeah. Then now I'm like, oh, it's because the guy thinks she's cheating on him.
Yeah.
I get it now.
You like that chase scene. You also really gotta give him props for the whole minute setup for the Alamo joke. That shit actually did make me laugh. 'Cause I was like, okay, once you realize that there was that much dedication put into it, it's like you gotta respect it.
Clever. It's just good writing.
Wait,
yeah.
What setup? Wait, what do you mean minute? It was only like 20 seconds.
Okay. Oh, no, he was in the Alamo.
Well, I don't think that was setting up for that joke specifically. I think it just
bull
like
riding?
coincided.
The bull riding?
Wait, what? The bull riding?
He's talking about the joke when he's like, remember the Alamo joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
When they're setting up. It's just a longer setup than you would usually expect for a joke.
I gotcha.
It's very quick, very much like the punchline is very quick. But it was like, when he's like, do you remember your name?
Yeah, it's like, I don't remember anything.
Do you remember where you are? No. What do you remember? And it's just like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, of course, they all like lose their shit with it.
Exactly.
It is pretty funny to see all the Texans just losing their minds at some random shit. Like when he starts getting them to sing that song on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Texas. Yeah.
Dottie was about to hang up on him after that. Yeah. Like she was. I was like, why is she gonna hang up? After he made them all sing, she was about to slam that phone down on the receiver and say, "Get the
freaking
fuck
Dottie.
out!"
Yeah, Dottie, the
heartthrob of that generation.
Yeah.
That's Buttercup.
She's gonna have the honorary award.
Yeah,
definitely for this episode.
Did she get that butter on her?
Okay. No, I said she's Buttercup. From the
she's Buttercup.
Tara Strong is Bubbles.
Really?
I think so.
Oh! You're right.
Buttercup's the green one.
Yeah.
Huh.
It makes sense. She has that voice.
True.
And she's also Hinoka in Fire Emblem.
It's like, that's an L right there.
I like that game.
Well,
that game. You insult me.
When he insults this movie, he insults you as well. How do you feel about that?
I have not insulted the movie,
dude. You spent like 20 minutes talking about that first. My God. I know you are voting my.
We're only at 23.
Oh shit.
I spent 3 minutes not talking shit. I'm a born hater. What can I say? But no, beat by beat, I think this movie is very funny. Even like the first big encounter, I'd say outside of the town is with the convict who picks him up. And this dude, literally in shackles, is all like, "Oh, I ripped the tag off a mattress." And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's
hardcore.
Yeah, it's just another indication of this movie is like, it's in a world that essentially is almost as goofy as Peewee himself, which kind of makes sense.
And yet he's still disconnected from that world.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, like he's like, "Oh, I tore it off," and he's like, I'm crazy." He's like, "You don't want to get involved with people like telling you."
Yeah, that was pretty funny too when he threw that line back at him.
Yeah.
But it's like, there are things you don't want to know about me. I'm a rebel. I'm a loner.
Yeah,
you know the password, Carlos. I'm not going to do it on the podcast. It's okay.
Password or what?
Don't worry about it. If you know, you know. All right.
And then, of course, you have things like Large Marge. That whole scene was just funny as hell.
I had seen that before.
It's like, it's almost ridiculous, like how kind of like
out of
place it is. Like it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Well, before you know it, she's a kid.
In reality, that's not how things would fly, but. Just in this world, it works. It's
yeah, and that's probably a great clay motion moment. That scared you as a kid, right, Dalton?
It scared me
because it has that vibe, and that's such a Tim Burton thing.
It's so
such a weird scene. Yeah.
Well, the tone of the movie completely changes.
Playhouse, I think that kind of thing.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, like serious or like?
It's just It's like Peewee's Playhouse is like a fever dream. It's just like weird. Like cutaways to like claymation and then like animation, and it's just like weird stuff sometimes. Yeah, you have to check it out sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I have to watch it after this.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
but no, it's cool that they brought that element over because I feel like that actually really does stand out when the rest of the movie is what it is. It certainly is memorable, especially when you have an entire ghost story being unfolded in the palm of your hands. That was pretty cool. You know, I definitely did not expect that, but when I saw large Marge go claymation crazy,
You were like, you gulped. You're like,
yeah, and I recognized that I'd seen it before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so that was kind of cool. Like I didn't even know it was from this movie.
Yeah, and I feel like we're talking about like a bunch of different scenes that almost have nothing because we're like, oh, Large Marge and like Texas, remember the Alamo?
Yeah,
all these
I do
scenes
remember
are like, I feel like it's so quick, gag after gag, but it's done in a way.
just all
The transition, the transitions are done well. Like I was really surprised how well it all connected, and it all coincided relatively well. You know, it wasn't anything like a Bad Grandpa kind of movie.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
true.
Or like a Impractical Jokers movie.
Oh,
where there's
dude.
a bunch of
Hey,
gags.
take it from me. You would not want to be the last movie you see before the world goes into a crisis.
Yeah.
Be the Impractical Jokers movie.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? in
That
the
was
theater?
hell. I was
That was
coerced
the
into
last
it.
movie you watched. He watched before COVID shut everything down for a year.
Not of my own free will, mind
You
you.
were
Yeah.
trapped in the theater.
So his
was gaslighted.
the last face he saw in the theater was Sal's.
Yeah, the
For
classic
better-
South face.
For better or worse. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, they're funny guys. That movie just didn't work. But let's talk about a movie that does work. And that's Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Transitions.
Night of the Demon.
Yeah, no,
So fun.
they're really good. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you brought it up last time, and I was like, damn, you're right. That is like the perfect example of this very thought. Is the when he gets to Texas, it's because he jumps off of a train, but not because he knows he's in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hobo's going crazy with his music.
Yeah.
Right in his face. He's like,
But this is after he wakes up right next to him. He's like,
Yeah.
what do you say? He's like, you want some
Sardine.
breakfast?
Like, you want a sardine?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
he dingles in his front of his face. And it's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
exactly.
Old man, get out of my face.
Yeah. That's what Dalton said back when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
I was like, my face was red.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
It's like, sure, it's okay.
that's what we should do if we ever fuck up. Just freeze.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about the actual best part of the movie, which is seeing Godzilla in the movie. Because we can't not talk about Godzilla being in the movie.
Yes,
Not.
it was in this movie.
Hey.
I remember watching this movie and seeing Godzilla fly in the sky, and I thought Cole's gonna come in his pants when he sees this shit.
Yeah,
And you
I
know
saw
what?
that. And in Pee-wee's room, Godzilla.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I forgot to
Okay.
even bring that up. That's a good
Cole's
point.
movie?
We didn't really talk about it, but Tim Burton's little background details.
Oh,
They bring
yeah.
a lot to it. Like when I saw Godzilla and I saw
Lyra.
Ultraman and Red King, I was like, yo,
He
this is some
understands.
cool shit. Yeah, he
Yeah.
gets it.
The Elvira poster.
Yeah, in the magic shop. Yeah, that was always cool to see.
This is the time when he was trying for sure.
Yeah, not making Dumbo.
Yes.
yeah.
How the
good
mighty
that.
have fallen.
Danny DeVito.
What
The
about
fuck are
Danny
you
DeVito?
talking about, man?
Oh, he was in
Yeah,
that
he's the
movie.
penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Dumbo?
They just say Danny
As the
DeVito.
penguin?
Yeah, as the penguin. Danny DeVito as the penguin as the remaster.
I don't make it a habit just to say Danny DeVito in the middle of a conversation. For no-
I guess you're right. You're right about that.
Unless.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Unless. What were you saying? Oh, yeah. He likes Elvira. That's cool.
He likes gothic stuff.
Yeah. There are moments where he definitely does bring his eye for darker aesthetics into the picture as well. You get to see it in like that noirish scene where Peewee is going to get his fortune told, trying to figure out where his bike is, as well as the scene when he is in pitch black darkness right before meeting Large Marge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty funny scene, getting to see all the animals.
Yeah. But also you see it a lot in the nightmare sequences as well.
Oh, definitely.
There's a couple of nightmare sequences because you have to transition from another place or from one place to another, and that's the way he does it. And I think it was super fun. All those were super creative. I think that's where he was really able to create his more. He was able.
It's
I was
like an
able to
artistic
flex
side,
his
yeah.
artistic kind of. I don't want to say abstract, but like just more unique side,
Mhm.
and it made for some of the most unique aspects of the movie, or I guess bits. which I thought were great.
Yeah,
They're fun to watch.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely cool getting to see the devils poking at him. Dalton's favorite scene from his
Francis.
childhood.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I was like,
Goddamn
I
Francis.
wouldn't want to be in that pot, the boiling cauldron.
But you would eat the gum, huh? The squid
gumbo?
gum?
Yeah, I
What?
would.
Gummo.
Yeah, I would. If Dalton, if I handed you that gum, you started chewing it.
Would you smile at us? Be
Would you
honest.
smile?
Would you give us that classic cheesy grin? Not that one. Not that one.
Wait, I gotta ask you guys a question. Which would you choose, fruit or spearmint? If I gave you 2 sticks of gum and said choose one, or I'll kill you.
Assuming that both are sugar free,
Fruit.
I will choose fruit.
Okay, you'll turn into the dad when he's like screaming.
No,
Yeah, all it did was make him angry,
No, it was
right?
like
He was just like, no.
that's what I was wondering. I thought he was like looking at Francis. I thought he was getting mad that Francis
it
got
was like
pranked.
burning his like spicy.
Oh, was it?
I didn't know that. I thought he was angry.
Yeah, I thought he was just angry that his son got pranked again. I thought he was like,
villain.
for no reason.
New villain was
laugh.
born.
Spicy fruit's cool.
Yeah,
You know, I would take that.
Spicy as
I would
fuck.
take
Like that big red.
Big red.
That's
yeah.
not. No, cinnamon isn't a fruit. Come on, you
Whoa.
goofy. What did Apple Jacks commercials teach you, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot
Nothing.
about those things.
Oh,
The
yeah.
silly
Cinnamon?
boys.
True,
Cinnamon
I'm not gonna say
apple?
that. Okay.
Apple and
weird
always
commercial.
pissed off.
Yeah, what a weird movie. But it's a good movie. It's weird in the best way. It's weird in the way that makes you remember it. It's not weird in the way that's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Some
it made me
things
want
that have
to.
gotten said on this podcast. Huh?
Made me want to get some Mr. T cereal.
Yeah.
Pour that shit all over my food.
Whoa, I thought you said all over
Don't eat
you.
it.
He would
Oh,
probably
yeah,
put it
don't
all
eat
over
it.
him. Well, it wouldn't even stick to him.
No, it was just kind of just flow off of him.
It's the way he
So-
likes it.
I'm gonna hire you guys to solve this problem. Are you in?
Yeah, just to make sure it sticks on you.
The Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll bust a little bit more than this. Am I right? Am I right?
What the fuck?
Okay, we need to get back on track.
Yeah.
We need to get back on the hypothetical road to the
I
bicycle.
feel like we covered all of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Was there
but the big Warner Brothers chase, we kind of did touch on it a little bit. Dalton said it was a little long. It is long, but that's when you really get to see the movie become meta. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that, of course, eventually leads into he's going through set, and it's like a beach scene being filmed and a Christmas scene being filmed, which leads to Godzilla riding shotgun in a sleigh with Santa Claus while a Twisted Sister video is being filmed, and those two things collide. And then after that, it morphs into a movie about the movie we just watched.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
with none
into-
other than James Brolin.
Yeah. It's definitely
Josh Brolin's dad.
It's a fun tidbit. You know, Josh Brolin was born
father.
because this movie came out.
Interesting. I don't know about that.
Yeah, the actor-
well,
That's true.
Dottie
He's
in
like
that
30.
movie is the mom. Little known fact
like-
is that they actually procreated his son.
on
in front of
celluloid.
Yeah.
Peewee didn't want to look, but they made him. So
Yes.
I
And
think
all
that's
he
what
had,
messed him up.
and it's all because he said, "Paging Mr. Herman."
Paging Mr. Herman.
But getting to see the movie that they actually make of the movie is pretty fun.
It's satisfying.
Yeah,
I feel like that whole end is very satisfying. It's
it
like
brings
you get
everything together.
It brings back all the characters.
Makes
and,
Francis
you know,
fly up in the air and break all his bones on the pavement when it comes
That
crashing
is
down.
true. That is pretty funny.
That was a good thing
And
to
then-
happen.
You see, of course, you see Mr. cut off the tag of the mattress.
Oh yeah, that
He's
show
like-
is so
He's
funny.
like, "What do you think?" He's like, "This movie's fantastic."
Yeah, right after he's like
Yeah,
handed
action packed.
the hot dog shit is so funny to me, dude. Like Peewee's trying to hand this guy a hot dog inside of a prison bus, and inside the hot dog's a fucking saw blade covered in mustard that the security guard takes out, and his name's like Mitch or Mickey, right?
Mickey.
I think it's Mickey.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "Nice try, Peewee." It's like, what was he really gonna do in there, huh? But no, it's very nice wrap up It's like the bow on top for all the characters that you get to see throughout the movie. And, of course, you get to see the homeless guy with all his friends posted up at the little campfire watching the movie. All the bikers, they come back from the grave. No.
Maybe.
And, yeah, you know,
Ghost
the random
Rider
French boy and girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like,
they finally get to go to drive-in, huh?
he's like French fries, and they're like, what the fuck? This is cultural. This is insensitive. You give us French fries just because we're French.
They do say that in this movie.
I didn't like that
weird.
part. It was kind of out of place, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it really
I like the
didn't.
message.
Yeah, I like what they're saying with this, but it's just so weird how they executed. But yeah, they get French fries because Simone really wanted to be French for some reason.
Yeah,
That was her arc.
Kind of weird.
Yeah,
But
She made it.
She can
She got a
go
new boyfriend.
be obsessed with the Eiffel Tower or whatever.
out of all the things you can be, she chose French.
yeah, exactly.
It's only one thing worse you could be than that, but I won't say it. It's very close to France, and it's getting to see James Brolin deliver the "I know you are, but what am I" line with a completely straight face. He didn't really sell it, but nobody else probably could have done it any better.
That line gets Cole's
Paul Rubens.
blood boiling.
It doesn't make me mad.
I'm gonna,
It's just
I'm
like,
gonna say that to you on like, on your like wedding day or something, and then you're gonna be like, "Get out!"
you're like, I know you are, but what am I? And when are you even
Objection.
gonna get the? Okay. Now that will be a surprise. I would commend you for that. That takes balls of steel, man of steel.
But you'd also hate me forever.
Yeah,
Worth it.
yeah, during his wedding.
But
Yeah.
Nice little send off for the movie. You get to see Dolly and Peewee ride into the screen set.
Like an
By the way,
ET.
son.
Yeah, like an ET.
Whatever.
And then Spots, is that his dog name?
Yeah, or I thought it was Specs.
Specs.
Spec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I thought he was going to be a bigger part of this movie, but you know.
Yeah, small dog.
I want my
Small
money
dog.
back.
Yeah.
I was expecting a talking animal movie, and I'm disappointed.
Norm of the North?
CGI mouth movement.
Norm of the North.
Norm of the North.
Wait, that's Peewee's
Respect.
big cop. This talking pig.
Oh yeah, that's his talking pig.
Big top from Peewee.
Yeah, but I think this is definitely the peak of Pee-wee Herman because obviously the show did great. This was like huge. This was like super successful, I believe, back in the day. It was great.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good that
It's
it
very-
was able to succeed and implant
Yeah.
itself in the
Yeah.
minds of many.
And we said,
Recent.
I keep getting confused of what we said last time and what we didn't say this time. But this movie really is lightning in a bottle. It seems like
oh yeah,
we can't recreate something like this from something like.
I thought you
Pee-wee.
said the sequel was good, though.
and,
No, I didn't like the sequel.
Well, I thought there was
Pee-wee's
one
Big
sequel that was
Holiday.
good.
well,
That was a Netflix.
Oh, it's not.
But
that was
it's,
very
Oh.
very recent. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah,
okay.
I have to watch it
didn't know that.
again.
His comeback story.
Interesting. Probably the same jokes. No, I
More
can't.
than
That's not a bad
more
thing.
than likely,
I'm
it
just
is
joking
going to be
around.
more of the same jokes.
That's fine.
So
Give
I don't know
people
if you
what
watch
they
that movie, you're probably going to hear "I Know You Are One of Mine" at least once.
At least 10 more times.
Bring your
I have to
earplugs.
mentally prepare myself.
Yeah, bring your earplugs.
No, I don't think.
No, yeah.
I think it's. I remember the Pee-wee's Big Holiday being really different and like risk taking. It's kind of weird.
Was it?
Yeah, because it's like
I
it's
remember
kind of like
being
a
pretty
buddy.
shit taking. You know what I mean?
Buddy cop.
It's like a buddy cop film with like an athlete, celebrity, but he plays himself as like the celebrity in the movie. It's kind
Is
of
it Tom
weird.
Brady?
No, I don't know who it is. I don't know sports people.
Let me see. I'm curious now. But yeah, I think like you mentioned already, this movie was definitely lightning in a bottle. I don't think this could have happened without any. I don't think it could have happened successfully without the writing or the directing of Tim Burton. Maybe somebody could have done some. Maybe like a Paul Thomas Anderson or something like that.
It just wouldn't be
But,
the same.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. And I think this works really well because it's meant for everybody.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yeah.
like a. Yeah, I don't
Like a
know.
Quentin
It's like-
Tarantino.
Yeah,
If he did Peter's Big Adventure, that would be interesting.
I feel like a Robert Rodriguez could have done this.
Yeah, that's true.
pretty
That's
well
true.
too. Yeah,
Check out From
Oh,
Dusk
yeah.
Till Dawn if you haven't watched that.
Yeah, Ari Aster.
No,
Ari
I don't want to see that.
yeah, he did a dark comedy. That probably would have worked too.
But no, great movie. I thought it was great getting to watch it, for the first time. I get it. I was originally going to be like, is it like this the whole movie? It's
Yeah.
not. If you're on the fence about it, trust me, it's a pretty funny movie. Pretty funny movie.
Yeah.
I think the only way you would hate it is if you're in a bad mood and you're watching this and you're like, I'm hating everything right now. Then you're gonna hate the movie. But then why are you watching a movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why are you watching movies?
Dumbass.
Why don't you go
No, I'm
hate?
kidding.
Never mind.
Grass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
grass. No, it was Joe Manganiello. He's not an athlete,
Oh.
but he's a famous actor. He's
I thought he
somewhat
was a
famous.
baseball player.
No, he was in Spider-Man. He was the bully. He was Flash.
Oh,
He was like,
what's his famous line?
he's like,
I wouldn't
Flash,
want to
I don't
fight
wanna
me either.
you. Oh yes, I wouldn't want to fight you either.
That's
Classic.
all. It's
Shit's
the last
so
time you see
stupid.
him.
Yeah,
Wait, in like which one? Which Spider-Man?
the first one.
Oh, okay.
When he gets in,
Yeah.
he's like, hey,
It's
Parker,
so
'cause
stupid.
what does he do? Oh, he throws the plate of food at him.
Yeah, and then he tries to punch him, and he sees it from behind. He's like,
Yeah.
and dodges it. And
Classic
then
scene.
the classic scene commences.
Classic scene for classic Peewee.
Yeah.
That's what this is, classic. And
But yeah, Joe Man, whatever his name is, plays himself in that movie. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the kid who's like being mean during the nun scene.
Yeah, he grew
yeah,
up.
that was the kid.
Yeah. If he said I
revenge.
wouldn't want to fight me either, then I would be like, okay.
Yeah.
No,
And then
but,
I'd be like, I wouldn't want to fight you either. And then he'd say, I wouldn't want to fight you either.
But yeah, good movie.
great.
Anything else you guys want to touch up on before we wrap it up?
Just recommend highly. I mean, I watched this as a kid. I'm super glad it held up. There's a lot of movies that can easily just fall into that kind of hole of like, oh, I loved this as a kid, but now it kind of sucks. And I feel like that happens much too often. But this one, it's just
The Goonies.
stands the test of time really well. You don't like the
That's
Goonies
a hot
as much?
take.
Nah, I used to love it
Really?
when I was a kid, but I watched it recently. I was like,
I've seen a lot of discourse that people are against the Goonies nowadays. I still do love the Goonies.
yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely one that stands
Maybe
the test
we'll
of
watch
time
it.
really well. Very classic, very timeless.
Yeah.
I think it will continue to be fun for other kids to enjoy later on.
Yeah, definitely something you could show a child and they would get a lot out of it while you still enjoy it.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
hate
I think
yourself.
it's great. I don't even know that we gave ratings, but yeah,
Yeah.
I give it like solid 8. I
Yeah.
think it's great.
Solid
Give it
9.
a 9.
I think it's great.
Yeah, go check it out. Do let us know what you want to see though, because we could do that 2022 recap if y'all ask for it. We'll do it. So do let us know. It's a new year. We got lots of movies ahead of us, so do let us know what you'd like to see. And what's the next movie we're gonna be doing?
We will be doing
Akira.
Akira.
In honor of
Classic.
Kanye West tour.
What?
He did a tour based on Kanye West loves
He
Akira.
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
he did like a
man.
tour based
Well,
on it. So this is for you, my man.
Yeah, some
Just
bad
kidding.
things.
This one is a classic. This is one we've been saying we want to do
Yeah.
since the
Since
very
the
beginning of this podcast, with when Alodio and Bobby were still on
yeah.
it. But yeah, this is one I've wanted to do for a while. But finally, in the year 2023, this will be a chance. So please, if you're listening till now, watch it. It's fucking incredible, and I would really hate to spoil it for people. So yeah, definitely recommend watching it before we review it. But yeah, this will be next week, our second review of the year, because this will be the first.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk
And,
extravaganza.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm looking
But
forward
not
to it.
Cyberpunk 2099.
Seven,
Not yet.
27.
27.
Yeah, close enough.
2049.
22
Oh.
years off.
20. What was it? Cyberpunk.
I think we're talking about Blade Runner
7.
2049 and then Cyberpunk
same thing.
2077.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you are still listening, thank you. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've
Yeah.
enjoyed our time being back, and we're going to keep going on.
We hope you had a great new year.
Yeah. And yeah, that'll wrap it up for us.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Let us all know what you think.
Yeah. Give us
And-
your thoughts on us, and we'll give you thoughts on movies.
Yeah, and
Rate
tell me
us
how much
10 out of
email
10.
I should send Carlos.
Yes.
All right,
Swipe right.
folks. Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye. Press that stop button. Press it.
No.